Hello students, welcome to the 13th session of electronics class. Myself Latayan, Assistant Professor of Physics, Government First Grade College, Julia. The learning objective of this session were already discussed in the previous session. The topics covered in this session are depletion mode MOSFET, differences between E MOSFET and D MOSFET, that is enhancement MOSFET and depletion MOSFET, characteristics of enhancement MOSFET, and comparison between FET and BJT. Coming to the depletion mode MOSFET, this is the diagram showing the depletion mode MOSFET. So it consists of a lightly doped substrate of P-type semiconductor bar, so which is made up of silicon. In the substrate, two heavily doped N plus regions are diffused. You can observe in the figure, two N plus regions are diffused into the P substrate. This is the P substrate which is made up of silicon, and into this P substrate, two N plus regions are diffused. So here N plus represents that this N region is heavily doped than this N channel. That's why it is represented as N plus. One region is known as source. Here one N plus region is represented as source and other N plus region is represented as drain. Between these two, drain and source, that is two N plus regions, an N channel is diffused. A thin layer of insulating material silicon dioxide is grown over N channel. So here a thin layer of silicon dioxide which acts like a dielectric layer which is grown or deposited over the N channel. The holes are cut into silicon dioxide layer and the metal contacts are made to the source and drain. So ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ N ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಈ ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಲ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಮೆಟಲ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಒಂದ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅನದರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಸ್. There is a thin metal layer which is deposited over N channel and it forms the gate. So this is also N-type material which is diffused over the P substrate, and on the other side of the dielectric layer a thin metal layer is deposited over N channel. So this forms as gate. The circuit symbol of N channel and P channel depletion MOSFET is as shown. So this is the circuit diagram or circuit symbol of N channel depletion MOSFET, and this is the circuit symbol of P channel depletion MOSFET. Here the continuous line that represents, so we can observe the continuous line here. So this represents the conducting channel between drain and source. So here there is a conducting channel between drain and source when gate to source voltage is 0, and the drain terminal is shown at the top and the source terminal is represented at the bottom. The arrow points in the direction of channel, that is P to N. So here this is N channel, from P region to N region it is showing. In the P channel FET, here also this is P region, P to N it is showing. Differences between E MOSFET and D MOSFET. So the first difference between E and D MOSFET is, in E MOSFET there is no conductive channel diffused, but in depletion MOSFET there is a conductive channel diffused. So in the previous session we have discussed about enhancement MOSFET, in that there is no channel has been diffused. But in D MOSFET, a conductive channel, either it may be P channel or N channel, it has been diffused. So enhancement MOSFET is normally called as off MOSFET and depletion MOSFET is called as on MOSFET. In enhancement MOSFET, drain current is 0 whenever gate to source voltage is 0. But in depletion MOSFET, drain current exists even though gate to source voltage is 0. So enhancement MOSFET works only for positive gate to source voltage after the threshold voltage, but the depletion MOSFET works for both positive and negative gate to source voltage. Enhancement MOSFET works in the enhancement mode, but depletion MOSFET works in the depletion and also in enhancement mode. ಇದು ಎರಡರಲ್ಲೂ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು ಓನ್ಲಿ ಎನ್ಹಾನ್ಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೋಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Now coming to the characteristics of enhancement MOSFET. So this is the circuit diagram of enhancement MOSFET. There are two characteristics for enhancement MOSFET, that is output or drain characteristics, and another one is transverse characteristics. So coming to the output or drain characteristics, the curves showing the variation of drain current, we can observe in the y-axis we have plotted the drain current with drain to source voltage for a fixed value of gate to source voltage. Then the curves obtained are called as drain characteristics curves, or the curves showing the variation of drain current with respect to the variation of drain to source voltage for a fixed gate to source voltage, then that is called drain characteristics. So from the graph we can observe here, in the y-axis we have plotted the drain current, in the x-axis we have plotted the drain to source voltage. Here the gate to source voltage is constant. So from the graph it may be noted that when the gate to source voltage is less than the threshold voltage, here VGS threshold is below 3 volts, even though there is a drain current, we can observe here there is a small drain current, even though the gate to source voltage is lesser than the threshold voltage. When the value of gate to source voltage is kept above the threshold voltage, a significant drain current flows. Here 3 volt is the threshold gate to source voltage. Further increasing the gate to source voltage beyond this threshold voltage, a significant drain current flows. We can observe here the drain current increasing, here also the drain current increasing. After increasing the gate to source voltage, there is an increase in drain current. As the gate to source voltage increases, the value of drain current also increases. This is because of the fact that the width of the inversion layer widens. Here the width of the depletion region or inversion region increases. That's why the drain current flow will be increased for an increased value of gate to source voltage, and therefore it allows more number of free electrons to pass through it. ಯಾಕೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿಡ್ತ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಫ್ರೀ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗೋದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, because the width of the inversion region has been increased. That's why the drain current is also increasing. The drain current reaches saturation value above certain value of drain to source voltage. So you can observe here, after reaching certain value of drain to source voltage, it reaches a saturation. It is not further increasing drastically, it becomes constant. So that means after certain value of drain to source voltage, the drain current reaches its saturation value. So from this graph we can calculate the output resistance that is given by drain resistance or output resistance is given by change in drain to source voltage to the change in drain current at constant gate to source voltage. Next we will move on to second characteristics, that is transverse characteristics. The curves showing the variation of drain current with gate to source voltage for a fixed value of drain to source voltage, that is called as transverse characteristics. The transverse curve for a n-channel enhancement MOSFET is as shown in the figure. We can observe here, this is the drain current and in the x-axis we have plotted gate to source voltage. So for a certain value of gate to source voltage, that is up to threshold voltage, it is 0 drain current, and further increasing the gate to source voltage, it will increases. So here the drain current flows only when the gate to source voltage is increased beyond the threshold gate to source voltage, that is VGS TH. With increase in gate to source voltage, drain current increases slowly first and then rapidly. We can observe here, it is increases slowly, then it will increases rapidly. The drain current at any point along the curve is given by the relation. So drain current ID will be equal to K into gate to source voltage minus threshold gate to source voltage whole square, which is equal to K into VGS minus VT whole square, where K is 0.3 milliamps per volt square. It is a constant. So here the threshold voltage is also noted as Vt and the value of K is 0.5 beta. Now coming to the comparison between the FET and BJT. So FET is field effect transistor, BJT is bipolar junction transistor. So FET is a unipolar device because the current conduction is carried by only majority charge carriers. Here it can also be written as UJT, that is unipolar junction transistor, because current conduction is only by one type of charge carrier, that too majority charge carriers. They may be either electrons or holes. In bipolar junction transistor, current conduction is due to both type of charge carriers, that is majority and minority. That means holes as well as electrons will be responsible for current conduction in the device. So FET is a voltage controlled device because voltage at the gate controls the amount of current flowing through the device. But BJT is a current controlled device because the base current controls the collector current. So FET is a voltage controlled device, BJT is a current controlled device. In FET, input resistance is very high, but in BJT, input resistance is low. In FET, it has a very high thermal stability, but in BJT, it has comparatively low thermal stability. So this is about FET and BJT. So this completes the first chapter, that is MOSFET, enhancement, depletion and their characteristics, and the comparison between FET and BJT or UJT and BJT. The references for this session are listed. Thank you.